joined by offensive lines coach and run game coordinator Phil Serchia. Coach Serchia, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful today.
Coach, just talk about your third season here, the excitement from this season as opposed to the previous years with the wins coming in, and now you guys are expected to compete at the highest of levels. Just talk about the expectation going into this season.
You know, expectations high. Obviously, you had a girl turnaround year last year, flipping it from a 2-9 to a 9-3. Felt our kids really progressed in finishing and competing. We've always had a team that competed and kind of figured out how to find a way to finish. And obviously, there's 3 games we want back, but that's all in the rearview mirror. Really excited about the work these guys put in this summer and moving forward.
Now, we had Coach Wilkinson here. He talked about the offensive line losing 2 key guys, but you do return all-conference guys in Ralph and Stu. Just talk about what you see there and how you envision the additions keeping up with that team.
No doubt losing those 2 tackles are a critical spot, but we also have guys that have been in the program that have had reps that also had a great spring at that tackle spot. Justin Warren is one guy that comes to mind. He was a spot player last year and a fully capable guy, kind of take over Andre Long's spot at that weak tackle. Also, Jake Wallace is another one, took over that strong spot where Bo was at. Both progressed very well with us and also have game experience, which is a big thing in our offense.
Now, you're a popular guy around here because of the trick plays. Just talk about how do you come up with those plays? Is that something you just keep in the back burner just in case?
You know, we got a whole little category of DVDs of trick plays and whatnot. Now, obviously, the ones for the big boys that come to mind are the throwback pass to the tackles. And, you know, we always have those in the back burner. And what our philosophy is, you know, you practice those not every day, but throughout the week, the ones you want during the game. And if the situation presents itself to do it, go ahead and do it. But always have that in the back of your mind for sure.
Now the O-line is going to have to play with a new quarterback, Miles Carr, who he gave a lot of credit to the O-line for all his success. Now they have a couple of guys that are going to be competing for that starting spot. Just talk about their progression throughout this season.
Yeah, the 4 guys that come to mind, obviously our transfer Bo Riley from Hawaii. We know Bo from back at Colorado State when we were recruiting him. The 2 young guys, Kate Dial and Casey Rossellini, had a tremendous spring, both of them. And then also bringing back Connor Smith, a guy that we recruited back at Colorado State, having him back for a senior year. Quarterback battle is still yet to be determined, in my opinion, but all those guys provide great leadership, and I know the guys up front like every single one of those guys. And for a quarterback standpoint, to have guys up in front that have that experience that he can kind of lean on as far as different IDs and whatnot is pretty critical for him.
Coach, just talk about your summer. You had one of the most interesting summers here. A lot of the media wanted to know where you ended up, and just talk about what you ended up doing this summer.
So after recruiting was done a little bit, we got a little time off. I went up to Colorado State, you know, back to my alma mater. I got a nice new little stadium going on up there, so that was fun to see that. But spending time with them, coaches, and professional development, and then from there I went to what now LA Chargers. My old line coach that I played for, kind of my mentor, he's the head old line coach there, and got to sit around with OTAs and mini camps, staff meetings, run drills, learning some plays that definitely can affect what we do, as well as pick up some new things that they do well. Now, obviously, they're pro guys and whatnot, but the scheme and things like that, if we can implement here, some of that stuff's pretty good.
Last question for you, Coach. Third season here with Coach Wilkinson, and you guys brought in a new system. The first year, it was just bringing in and getting the guys familiar. The second year was, more importantly, just turning those losses, those close losses, into the wins. What's your expectation this season?
I think we all have, as far as coaching staff, has very high expectations, as we do every year. But taking the approach, game in, game out, be better, 1-0 every day, and putting the past game behind you, and just coming in with a fresh slate every game and kind of imposing your will is our up front, definitely, of taking that next attitude as far as finishing drives, not only finishing drives, but finishing blocks, finishing schemes, really getting after it and kind of imposing our will. That's kind of what my group mentality is, especially for the offensive line unit.
Appreciate it, Coach.